Hi, my name is Remy Smith, and I'm a disciple making movements coach with City Team in San Jose, and I'm with one of my friends, my mentors, Dave Hunt. Dave, yeah, maybe you can just introduce yourself real quick and tell people.
Yeah, I'm Dave Hunt. I've been involved with Disciple Making Movement now for about 14 years. Been in ministry many more years. But these years of involvement in disciple making movements have been a thrilling time to see God very much at work.
Yeah, yeah, and you've been started some movements in Ethiopia and Horn of Africa,
Yeah,
and then you came back for a season,
yeah, I
investing
worked in the
guys like
Americas,
myself.
and yeah.
Yeah, so how do you and now you've moved back to Ethiopia for a year and doing that launch, that Go North initiative. How do you keep stoking that Great Commission fire for you and your family?
Well, I think there's a number of things. For sure, being regularly in the Word and in touch with the Lord. That's an important thing to just keep that fresh and never get tired of looking for new things in God's Word and what He's teaching us. I think another thing for me has been being able to be close to where God is at work.
Yeah.
Sometimes as you move forward in leadership, you tend to end up getting in a position where maybe you're sitting behind a desk a lot of the time, or you're working with people who are also in leadership positions, but
Right.
you don't get down to where the action really is.
Right, that's a great point.
Yeah, so I really think to stay fresh, you got to be out there where the action is, and just I enjoy being with some of the new younger people that are coming along,
Yeah.
watching them engage in Discovery Bible Study and really being inspired by what they're learning, and I have to be doing that enough that it keeps me challenged and encouraged that it's really happening, and even if it's only a few,
Yeah.
even if things aren't exploding like maybe they have at certain times in certain places, where the action is, where God is at work, go there and be involved with the people there and see what they're doing.
Do you periodically also? I know you mentor a lot of kind of more catalytic leaders.
Yeah.
Would you invest in some people that are kind of getting starting new work? Is that what staying close to what the action is?
I actually don't really get too deeply engaged with people at that level, because I don't want to usurp the leadership relationship that they would have with whoever their mentor is.
Sure.
So I don't want to kind of jump those levels and go to that, but I do want to build some of a friendship relationship so that I see what's happening, but I don't really get involved in specifically mentoring them. I stay with the leaders that I've been involved with over a period of time, but go with them sometimes and meet their people and talk
Sit
with
in some
them
of
when
the
they meet their
groups
people.
and
Yeah.
worship with in some of the churches and
Yeah.
things like that.
Another thing for me is, it's also easy to get on your track, and disciple making movement has become a very specific strategy and a very specific track, and I believe that God is using it in a phenomenal way today. But I don't want to stay just in that track. I think it's important to be aware of what other ministries are doing, what
Yeah.
other things are happening. So I read a lot of books.
Collaborate, yeah.
I read about 100 books last year, just to keep up and keep fresh on what the thinking is out there and what other people are talking about and learning, and sometimes discovering things that, while I'm clearly in this disciple making movement track, I'm still learning things from other ministry strategies that can benefit what we're doing here.
Right.
So not allowing yourself to get this, just be in this one tunnel, but to be open and aware of what's going on in other places, having relationships with leaders that are doing things that are different than what we're doing, I think is very, very important.
How do you as a family approach, say, relocating in another area where it's going to impact the whole family? How do you guys go about to do that?
Well, in each case, and we've done several moves like that.
Several, yeah.
We sit down as a family and we talk about it. We talk about what are the benefits, what are going to be the challenges in the process, and how are we going to kind of overcome those challenges. I take a real leadership role in terms of where I feel God's leading us, but really want to bring the family along in the discussion. And so sometimes the family discussion will end up making a change in timing or process, but usually it's not a case of yes or no. It's a case of how we're going to approach it and how we're going to do it. It's also important for me, especially if you have kids, that you in your planning process for the move, that you clearly include what life is going to be like for the kids. So, for example, when we made a major move to Ethiopia, what we really knew we needed to do was to take opportunity to do some activities with our kids there that have some similarity to what we would do here.
Okay.
So that helped to ease them into a different environment and a different culture and so on. It's very easy to get caught up in adjusting to the culture, and you just kind of forget the kids and allow them to expect them to come along with it.
Yeah.
But if you include them in the process and they get some new experiences and they enjoy those new experiences, then it makes the transition a lot easier. And I'm thankful that in our case, God's blessed us with people that have been willing to, family members that have been willing to make that transition, and it's not been a hugely difficult thing for us. Because we've made a number of those kind of transitions, we haven't kind of accumulated so much stuff that it's hard to pack up and leave.
Right.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Well, if people want to learn more about what you're doing, how can they find that out?
We do put out a newsletter every quarter or so, just to
Okay.
keep people posted on what we're doing. We have a section of the City Team website that they can go to. It's the Go North section in the international part of the website, and
Cool.
get some updates on that. And there's an address
will
there too
Put
where,
that right here.
yeah, okay. And be happy to keep people up to date on what's going on.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Dave.
Great
You've
to
been
have
really
you.
one of the great commission heroes of mine, and instilling that passion, and just to make some of these sacrifices and invest in others, and it's just amazing what we see God is doing.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure. I mean, the greatest enjoyment in my ministry has been to see people like you guys and people in Ethiopia come up and grab this vision with passion and real commitment, and just to sit back and see what God's doing. It's just incredible.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank
God bless you, brother. Thank you.